Welcome back to another episode of Blue Couch Therapy. It's your boy, Betty Yet the Man. Today's discussion, we're going to be talking about unpacking the illusion of fear and unpacking the truth behind the illusion. So guys, in this realm, they control us by fear. They use fear as the greatest tactic to keep us in our lowest vibrational frequency. They keep us in fear to keep us in carnality, and they keep us in fear so that they can control and they can manipulate us. How else do you think that these politicians can steal all this taxpayer money every year or every time they get elected, every 4 years or however long the cycle is, and get away with it every single time because they perpetrate fear? How else do you think the church can get you to do whatever they say and not question nothing, not even look in the mirror and question? It's fear. How can you sit around and, not want to quit your job, not want to start a business, not want to do something that's going to make you happy out of fear? So the key takeaway here, guys, is that in this world, they use fear as a great manipulation tactic, okay? And I want you guys to be aware of this so that you can stop being fearful. I really talk about the idea that I live my life without fear so that I can show you guys that you can do it too, okay? I'm sitting here talking to you guys. I'm chilling in the car. I'm waiting for dispatch to call me so I can go pick up some other stuff. But I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid of anyone. I'm not afraid of anything in this world. And I'm not afraid of any spookism that they say is going to happen to me when I die. There's nothing to be afraid of, okay? Because God is protecting you always. If you believe in God, and here's what I always say. If you believe in God, there really is no reason for you to be fearful. Because if you're telling me that you believe in the Lord, but you're afraid of the government, you're afraid of taxation, you're afraid of inflation, you're afraid of you're not living in your truth, you're speaking blasphemy. Joshua chapter 1 tells you that everywhere the sole of your foot shall tread shall be sacred ground, shall be holy ground. So how could you be afraid? Simply for the fact, guys, I need you to understand that simply for the fact that we exist means that we will always exist. So how can we be afraid? What is there to be afraid of? What is there to be afraid of in this world that you're going to get in trouble, you're going to get punished, and here's the thing that I always take it back to is that they can't kill you. They can't do it. Okay, obviously literally they can. Somebody can do something and they can hurt your physical body, but they can't harm your spirit. They can't harm your soul. So it's especially for me when I make these references in terms of finances and the government and for example, I owe some money on my credit card. I'm paying it off. That's why I'm hustling right now to clear this off so that I can get my credit in order so that I can go and get business funding. If you guys want to talk about that, we can do that. That's a three-stage program. You guys don't even know. Soon, once I already have the documents ready that I can show you guys. I already have the contracts that they offered me that I didn't sign because the interest rates are too high because my credit is subprime. That's a story for another day. We're not here to talk about finance right now. But it's I owe them some money. I owe them a little money. They can't kill me. Amex can't kill me because I owe the money. Visa can't kill me because I owe the money. So, and even if they did, then I don't have to pay them back. You see what I'm saying, guys? So essentially what I'm just trying to say is that there is nothing to be afraid of. If we can unpack the illusion of fear, you understand that it is merely an illusion. I think it was John F. Kennedy that says the only thing we have to fear is fear itself. And I love the acronym for fear is really just false evidence appearing real. False evidence appearing real. I missed my finger when I was counting it the first time. False evidence appearing real. So there's something that's causing you a sensory perception that's causing you to feel fear in the real world. Excuse me. But it's only a perception. It's only a perception of what could go wrong, or it's only a perception of what could happen to you, Because even if you start to look at your life and just think about all the fear thoughts that have been instilled into us, you start to see how easy it is for us to always be afraid. The funniest one that I always think about, because for me now in my life, I fear not. I don't tell people when I'm leaving them, I don't say, oh, bye, drive safe. Because even that's an implication that something could happen to you and I'm afraid that you could hurt yourself in your vehicle on your way home. I say, it was good to see you. Can't wait to see you again. Because I know you'll be protected. I know that God is covering you. So there's no reason for me to even have a fear thought in my mind that something could happen to you in your car and I cannot see you the next time. You see what I'm saying? These may be perceived as extreme examples, but I'm trying to really hammer this point home that there's nothing to be afraid of. There's nothing to be afraid of. And I always just think to myself that like we really sit here and we think about like trying to preserve this life or trying to preserve everything that we've got here, and grasping at all these kinds of external forms of validation that are just holding us back. They're just preventing us from living our truth. They're preventing us from being our truest self and preventing us from living a fun life. I personally think that we're here to have fun. I think that we are experiencing the human experience, the 3D realm in front of us, all these things that are physical for you to enjoy. These things are here for you to enjoy. Everything that they tell you to be afraid of is something that they've perpetrated, is something that they have used in order to keep you fearful. I don't watch the news. I don't read the newspaper, and I don't really watch too much TV anymore. I don't even have, like, I'm on the road. I don't even have a TV. So, and once I was able to get rid of all those parasites, I stopped being afraid. I stopped being afraid because like the news is only going to tell you that everything's fucked up. You're going to die. You're going to step out of your house. Someone's going to rob you, or someone's going to blow up the planet. And like they feed off of that. They feed off of the negative energy. They feed off of the energy that's produced by those fear thoughts, by you know, keeping us in this state of fear. And it's all hypnosis, and it's all subconscious programming that they use in order to manipulate us. Here's a fun thing. Next time you watch the news or watch one of those programs and you see the way that it's like when they say live at 6 o'clock on the Channel 6 News, and the way that the way that the graphics go is hypnosis, and the way that the music plays is certain frequencies that they use to put you in a state, and then they lull you into the state of sleep, and then they scare the hell out of you by all these different kinds of stories. Watch the news for one news cycle and tell me if you find anything positive. Every time I pass by a place, or if I go and dine in at a restaurant and I go to the laundromat, I watch the TV. I sit there and they watch the TV. Notice how they always put that shit on the news? It's always on the news. It's always ready for something. Man shot here. Person killed here. Somebody assaulted here. And they always always show you these events that seem to be random. You have no idea what people are doing in their lives outside of what you see on the TV screen. But they're going to sit there and they're going to tell you, or they're going to show you all these people to make things seem random so that you are scared. Now you're afraid to go outside of your house. Now you're afraid to live your life, living in this paradigm of fear, of illusion of fear. And I think it's so interesting because I work 24, like not literally 24 hours, but I work up and down, day and night. I'm in these streets hustling, fixing my life and building the life in which I want to live. And I think it's so funny because even me personally, they would talk about, you know, my mother, long live. So they would say things like, oh, hey, you know, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. That's the witching hours. You can't go outside, or you shouldn't be outside during these times. So now, like, you believe these superstitions, you believe these kinds of these things, where they say, oh, you know, or they'll say something like, nothing good happens after 12 o'clock. All these kinds of things that they'll use to scare you. And I think it's funny because now, as a result, half your day is gone. You're afraid of the dark now. Not literally in terms of the, you know, but you're almost literally, you're afraid of the dark. You're afraid to go out in the night. And of course, people, there's places where it's dangerous to go, and I know that. There's real dangers in the world. I'm not saying this is hunky-dory land we're living in, but I'm just saying that you can't let these things control your life. You can't let these things control the way that you perceive yourself. You can't let these things control the way that you know, live your life. I don't know if I said that already in the first one. But yeah, guys, I just say all this to say that, like, don't be afraid. I'm literally here to live my life without fear. I dove off the deep end. I quit my job when I felt as though it was time for me to go. I felt I learned everything that I needed to learn at the time. I dove off the deep end and I went from one source of income to 5. I'll even do a video breaking down all the things that how I'm making money now that I've left my job. If you guys are interested, drop a comment and let me know. But yeah, guys, there's nothing to be afraid of. Nothing to be afraid of. If you read your word, it'll tell you that God have every hair on your head is accounted for. And they talk about the birds don't go to church, and yet still they're taken care of. Don't worry about how you're gonna eat. Don't worry about, God is protecting you. So you can't tell me that you believe in the Almighty, fearful and you're fearful of God and all these things, but then you live in fear. It's contradictory. Okay? So I think that's going to be about it. I feel like I'm rambling. I feel like I'm even preaching to y'all. So love you guys lots. Love you guys lots. Catch you guys in the next one. I can't wait to continue to provide these videos for you. I hope you guys enjoy them. If there's any topics in which you guys want to discuss with me, please let me know. I'm interested and I have expertise. I'm interested and I have expertise in various levels of study, various disciplines of study. We can talk about anything on this world, in this world. Okay? So holla at your boy, Betty at the man. Until next time, guys, I love you lots, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. Peace. I'm out.